Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm in my new room. Hopefully this angle's okay. Sorry about the sun, it's shining quite bright. It's very warm today. So today's video is going to be my Pinocchio review, the live action Pinocchio. I've got some notes on my phone because I watched it quite a while ago. So yeah, I watched it on Disney Plus. I've been wanting to film this video for ages. Oh yeah, spoilers. Yeah, this video is going to have spoilers in, so don't watch it if it's, yeah. I really enjoyed it. It was a really good film. It was very different to the original animated Pinocchio. I quite liked them both. They're both different in their own way. So, yeah. So let's start off. So, Tom Hanks, wow, he was just amazing as Geppetto. Like, he fit the part. He fitted the part really well. Just the voice, the character work, it was really, like, I loved it. The actor who played Pinocchio, perfect voice, it was literally perfect. Literally, and I really like the attention to detail in the wood, like on Pinocchio. Just the attention to detail was just so good. What else? Jiminy Cricket, interesting, really good. And there was a couple of Easter eggs in there as well. So there's a scene with all the cuckoo clocks and they were all coming out. And you had like Donald, Dumbo, Snow White, Maleficent like coming out like as the clocks went crazy, which was really cool. And I found that bit really funny. The actor who played the Blue Fairy, I think her name is... I don't know. Let me just get it up. Cynthia Erivo, I don't know how you say it, but she literally had an amazing voice. Like, her songs were really cool, and like, yeah, amazing. It was amazing. There were some new songs. I think I don't know what the song's actually called, but I think it was like Pinocchio something. But yeah, like, her voice was literally amazing. Like, the sound was just so cool, and it was a modernised version, but it kept the like original interpretation of Pinocchio, so it was kind of more modernised and like more like, yeah, more modernised, which was interesting. There was new characters as well. We had Sophia the Seagull, she was quite a funny character. The animation was really good as well. It related to the characters, and like, because obviously you've got Gideon, Honest John. It was like animalistic, but also they were on the hind legs, so it was like humanised as well, and it worked really well. They had obviously live action actors and then animation, like CGI, and it worked really well. It was actually really good. The camera angles, I know I'm not really one for camera angles, but the angles reflected the storyline, and it just worked really well, like how they filmed it and everything like that. There was loads of funny moments where I laughed. It was funny. They changed some parts of the storyline. There was some good songs, catchy songs. The score was really good. It complements the original soundtrack. It's really good, but it has a modernised version, like I said. My favourite part was when Pinocchio turns into a real boy. And I was a bit curious, like, how they were going to do it. I didn't really know what they were going to do, but they did it justice. Yeah, it was just really good, like the movement, the eyes, like, it was just everything. I've just watched it back and I said when he turned into a real boy. I mean when when Pinocchio turned into, like, he was alive, like the puppet was alive, not a real boy, because we don't know if he turned into a real boy or not. Like, they made the puppets look like real people, but also still puppets, so that was really good. And another added character was, I think it's Zabina. I think that's Zabina. I think that was the name. So Zabina the ballerina has a bigger part, helped Pinocchio when he fell over, it was like a really sweet moment and kind. There Are No Strings on Me, that song, no, that scene, Stromboli made it go wrong. Everything went faster and Pinocchio caught on fire because obviously he was dancing on the wooden stage and he's wood. And then an explosion happened, which was very different, but it was still good. And sprinklers went off and then that finished the whole show. The person that helped attach the strings to Pinocchio was the ballerina. The ballerina, this is what I thought, so I can't remember her name, but the person that helped attach the strings to Pinocchio represents the ballerina. I think Zabina represent the girl's belief in dance, and the girl has a broken leg or foot. So I think Zabina kind of represented that, or like her personality. And it was quite dark in some places. When Pinocchio gets locked up, it was like really dark music, some sinister bits in there. Yeah. Sorry, this is probably in a really random order, like the order of what I'm saying it in, but whatever. The connection between Sabina and Pinocchio, it goes on an arc, like they get closer as friends, they trust each other, and then they get this really good, like, close, bonded, like, friendly relationship. And then Stromboli, he cuts in between their relationship, he's quite villainous. Yeah, he's the evil villain, so, you know, it was quite more of a darker version, I would say. Yeah, so when Pinocchio's nose grew, it was, it looked really real, like the wood effect, like, oh, it was awesome. The sound effect was really cool as well. And the nose grew longer than the original version, so it grew. It was the length of the cart he was locked up in. No, the length of the carriage he was in. Which obviously made it different to the original one. The message that I got from it was like, just being who you are. What's on the outside doesn't count, it's on what's on the inside that counts. Also, the colour shades were really cool, like Pinocchio's bright colours. You know, he's happy, he's young, he's bright, which was a contrast to the dark and the evil Pleasure Island, which was quite dark and quite, yeah. There was a new song by the Coachmen when they were going to Pleasure Island. It was quite jazzy. It was kind of a musical theatre cheesy style. It was kind of creepy and evil at the same time. Yeah, because he doesn't want to take no for an answer. Luke Evans was the coachman, and it was quite a dark feel to it. So obviously he was in Beauty and the Beast, the live version, the live action version. The lighting's going a bit blur, but probably because I got my phone. Yeah, Pleasure Island, it was a very, very dark place. Like, it seemed like a dark place, but everything was bright, everyone was happy and nice. Maybe too nice, and it seemed like it was a magical fun place. You know, kids can do what they want, they're not getting told off, they can destroy things. And then Pinocchio, he starts to feel something a bit odd and like weird about the place, so he doesn't like it basically. Like, he just gets that feeling, you know, when you get that feeling and you're like, I don't think this don't feel right. And then when Pinocchio turns into donkey, it looked like, from what I can remember, it looked more like a wooden donkey. And you know, the ears and the tail. Lampwick looks more like a real donkey, like more fur on him, if that makes sense. Pinocchio swings his arms really fast to swim, which is very different from the original, so yes. Sophia the Seagull is the character that wants to help out, basically. She knows where Geppetto is, she's a trustworthy bird, and I think that she's a character that you can always rely on, which is, you know, you always want that character. And then Stromboli gets put in jail, and then Sabina actually has a company. It's a marionette theatre family, and she made Pinocchio's tail and ears disappear. And there's kind of a heroic landing when Pinocchio swings back from lighting fire to get out of the way of Monstro the whale. He lands with style, kind of that heroic kind of vibe. Monstro the whale, he was very different. I would say it wasn't really a whale. It had loads. It was like had loads of different features. It had like tentacles. I wouldn't say they were a whale. I think they changed it to more of like a sea monster rather than just a whale, which is fine. Pinocchio's sad. He doesn't want Geppetto to die when they get washed up onto the shore. And when they sing "When You Wish Upon a Star," it's very sad, that bit. And then he cries. And then the tear, which is really cool, it plays the last note of "Your Dream Comes True." It's very magical and just very magical. Yeah, like the tear falling on Geppetto's face plays the last note of "Your dream comes true," but like in a teardrop, which is, oh, it's really cool. And then at the end, he slowly becomes a real boy, walking towards the blue fairy light on the way home. Whether he turns into a real boy or not, it doesn't matter. They kind of left it at a kind of a possibility, like you can take it how you want it. You know, he was kind, he was truthful, he never gave up on his family, and he didn't stop being himself, which was a different ending. So they kind of walked back, from what I can remember, and like, you didn't see whether he turned into a real boy or not, which was pretty different and pretty cool, I think. So yeah, they just left it to your imagination and how you take it, I guess. But yeah, that's the end of this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed my Pinocchio live action review. I really enjoyed it. It was really, really good. It was different from the original, like I said, but there was loads of things about it that was really good. And yeah, put what you thought in the comments. Anything you thought about it, if you liked it, if you didn't, if, you know, obviously it's not the same as, you know, the actual original, but it was a pretty decent, pretty good, solid live action remake. So thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, share and subscribe, and I will see you in another video soon. Bye.